So Catherine wants to know, Wolters World, what place did you travel to that you felt you got the best deal? And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of best deals when you go around the world. There's cheap, there's expensive, but there's some kind of overall generalizations I think are really important to know. One is anytime you're going to go to a capital or you're going to go to a major city, you're never going to be able to do it on the cheap. It's going to be more expensive when you go there. So whether it's a Paris, a New York, a London, those things are going to be expensive. It's not going to be a cheap value destination for you. Now you can find cheap things to do when you're there and free things, but in general, that's really kind of tough. But for me, you know, a few places that I really found like good bang for the buck when I've been traveling here in Europe. One, I got to tell you, going to the Puglia region of Italy, that's kind of like the heel of the boot region Italy, is fantastic. Going to Bari when you're there and have the orecchietti, the ear pasta, going to Alberobello and seeing the Trulli houses, going to Matera, which was the stone and the caves that people live in, it's fantastic. And it's really cheap, and it's really a great bang for your buck, especially if you compare it to a place like the Amalfi Coast, okay? Another thing, if you're looking for a great place in kind of Central Europe to go to, I actually think Bratislava, Slovakia is a really great value destination because you have history, you have great architecture. If you want to go to Budapest, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. You want to go to Vienna, it's 45 minutes away. You can go to those places as day trips and save a lot of money by staying in Bratislava, and I actually like Bratislava, and the people are really cool when you're there, and it's got a lot of see and do. And then a place here in England is actually here in York. You know, if you go to England, you know it's going to be a little bit pricier, right? But when you stay in London a lot, you really get overinflated with the idea of how expensive England can be. That's why I always recommend exploring out more. So coming to the north, coming to York, where you have, you know, you can go to Clifford's Tower, you can go to the York Castle Museums here, the York Minster. I find York to be a much more budget-friendly option, which really was a nice kind of surprise or a good deal for me as a traveler when I come here to England. So, Catherine, I hope this kind of helps you know 3 destinations that I thought were really great deals I found versus some of the more expensive spots here in Europe. What are some questions that you have about traveling? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to make a video on your questions. Have a great time, and bye from here in York.